love tabletop RPGs and want to help shape a brand new system, then let me tell you about Legend Seeker and how you can support its development while getting some awesome perks. By subscribing to our Legendary tier on YouTube or becoming a paid member on our Discord or Patreon, you'll get early access to all Legend Seeker lore and mechanics. This means you'll be among the first to dive into the world of Legend Seeker and give direct feedback that will help shape the game. But that's not all. Supporters will also be the first to playtest the system and will get exclusive invites to private streams where we discuss the game in detail. Your input will play a huge role in making Legend Seeker the best that it can be. Now, for those of you who love watching our tabletop role-playing game shows, supporting Legend Seeker comes with some fun bonuses for the casts. Here's how it works. If you are a Copper or Common member on Discord or Patreon, you can give a $20 benefit to a player of your choice. Silver and Uncommon members can give 2 benefits to 2 players of your choice. If you go the YouTube route, you can give a $50 benefit to a player of your choice. And for the ultimate support, Gold and Mythic members on Discord and Patreon give a $20 benefit to 3 players of your choice. You can choose from all casts across Moonskull. Every bit of support goes directly towards making Legend Seeker a reality. It helps fund the art, writing, editing, and eventual publishing of the game. So, if you want to be a part of this journey and support our shows, join our Legendary tier on YouTube or become a member on Discord or Patreon. We couldn't do it without you, and we're excited to build Legend Seeker together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the game.
All right. Click one thing here quickly. Hello, all you lovely people. I have a really, really happy Calvino on my lap because he was out playing, he was out screwing around, he was knocking things over, he was being a trouble out in the wilderness. And I went out to see if he wanted to come in, and he went rat, 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 and ran and came in. And guess what he did while I wasn't paying attention? He came over to my cup. Yeah, you did. Stuck his nose in it. If you see his head down here, maybe you can't see it. The reason he did that, and he had it all over his muzzle, is because I had a cup of eggnog, which now has a little less eggnog in it, more cat hair, and somebody is in trouble, right? He's like, no, I'm not. I'm never in trouble. Anyway, regardless of his shenanigans, I'm Frost, and you're here for Frost Written, not Calvino hijinks, or maybe you're here for both, I don't know. Regardless, you're here with me. You're stuck in here with me now. All right, he is so pleased with himself after having gotten in my cup. I'm just happy he didn't knock it off the table and break it. That would have sucked. Yeah, you still, oh my gosh. Come here. You've got eggnog all over the top of your face. You stuck your head in the cup, dork. There we go. All right. You want to see the face of guilt? Absolute face of abject guilt. This is it. The face of guilt. Are you guilty? He's just purring. I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty. You are. I left the cup there, so it's my fault, right? Is it my fault? Is it my fault? No? No. Oh, he wants to eat my fingers now. I probably got eggnog on my fingers, too. All right, I'll give you back your lap. It's not my lap, it's his lap. So, It's Calvino's world. I'm just living in it. This is totally Frost written. That Magic Arena thing, that was wizardly tricks or something, I think. Oh man, there was no alcohol in the eggnog. It was literally just eggnog. I think he was just happy because he got over here, and I wasn't thinking when I let him in that he would make a beeline for my desk, hop up on my chair, and then be like, "What's in this cup?" I forget. Cats, they have noses. They smell things from a long ways off. Yes, you do. All right, you go to sleep. I'm going to be working on some stuff, buddy. Yes. I bought eggnog when I went to the store this morning because I just decided, I like eggnog. I'm going to have some. And I got 2 sips out of my cup, which I now get to go wash out because it's got cat germs in it. Cat germs. And cat fur. So if I have any more eggnog for the stream, I guess I'll just be drinking it right out of the bottle. Wizard talks about food and life tangents. Exactly. So one thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm coming up with little descriptors and quotes and things that kind of typify the areas and subjects that I'll be talking about in these different segments of the this book, because I want something to kind of encapsulate the idea of the area. Like from the standpoint of like, hey, this is what a traveler wrote about it, or this is what a history book wrote about it, or this is something a bard said, or this is something that just is a saying the place. I'm going to be doing that. I'm not doing those all today. I'm just putting some of them in the notes. What do you want, Calvino? Okay. I need my hand. I've got to type. He's like, my hand, not your hand. All right. So, by the way, thanks again to everybody who's joined and started the trend towards joining Mythic Tier on Patreon. That's awesome. That is going to be cool. What are you doing? There we go. You have a cookie and milk. Oh, you have a cookie and milk? Oh, man. Not that I want a cookie or milk, but you know what's really good with eggnog? Gingerbread cookie. Just a soft gingerbread cookie dipped into it. Yeah, Calvino, why are you so wide-eyed? Why are you so crazy? Oh, I guess you were hunting outside. I guess you're probably just a little crazy still. And you're hopped up on goofballs. I mean eggnog. Ooh, thinking of making French toast. Hey, you know what's good in French toast when you make the batter? Is when you put the eggs together, instead of putting milk or cream in with the eggs, eggnog. Seriously, put eggnog in there, whip it with the eggs, and make your French toast. Very good. What? What would you like? Do you want French toast? Yeah, I thought you did. Yeah, you don't get French toast, though. You don't get French toast. You're a kitty cat. Well, you have French toast occasionally when I have French toast, so I guess technically if I have French toast, so do you. All right, so I am scrolling down here a ways because there was a segment that I was trying to come up with a few names for. The Azure Kingdom. This is a certain place with blue deserts, warlords, glass craters, mines, crazy bug, I guess, warrens that turn into gem mines that the gnomes go down into, the cat market, all kinds of stuff. I'm coming up with names because I've got a lot of places to name in this area. Boom. Hello, Dave. Thanks for being over there. Bam. Eggnog and French toast. Yeah, exactly. If you put the eggnog in there instead of the whatever milk or cream or whatever you put in there, it makes a very tasty French toast. It does indeed. My left hand is now trapped by Calvino because he's got his back legs wrapped around it like this, holding me against his tummy, and he's got his front legs doing the same. And now he grabs this hand because he saw it and he wants it. What? I need a hand to type with, pal. Just one. You choose. Left or right. Which can I have? Which can I have? He's just giving me love eyes and love paws like, ah, buddy. Bam. And Crescent, yeah, he sent me that this morning, and I asked him, I was like, "It's good to run with, good to go." He said, "Yes." Typical erudite fashion. He was so wordy and verbose in his response. Boop boop boop. Milano soaked in milk are good. Yeah. I think those characters are going to be a lot of fun. I'm thinking that Erudai is going to be doing a bunch of that. I'm not sure exactly. We haven't discussed it a lot. I know it's happening. I just don't know who's doing the majority of it. Yeah, Calvino, that's me writing. That's the cursor moving around is me moving it on the screen. I know you want to attack it, but please don't jump on my keyboard. Hi, there you go. What? Where are you going? No, you can't go up on the keyboard. No. If you walk on the keyboard, what will be written in the book is blur blur snurp snarpity blur 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 flurf. I know you think you're an author, but you're not. You don't have a good grasp of typing yet. Come on, lay down. Buddy, no, you can't go up there. Ah. Buddy, come here. No, those are my glasses. Oh my gosh, what are you doing, pal? That is not eggnog. That is a pair of glasses. Just lay down. He's being quite a turkey to paraphrase Kyle is what I'm trying to say. He's being a turkey. All right. You're flipping your tail around like you're excited about something now. If you want to go ahead. You can go over on the couch or something. Go do something. Go do cat things. He's getting his winter floof in now, so his fur is getting a little extra floofed. Hi. Yes, I'm floofing up your fur because I'm making a point here. Nobody can quite see it, but you are a floofmeister. All right. We'll name that this. Yeah, if the cat book would be plop, 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 plop. Well, Italo Calvino is a good author. This Calvino, most of his writing is just lots of spaces as he leans on the space bar. He's pondering a lot, I guess. All right, so the internal wars with the warlords and the orc tribes on the border. We'll make sure. We'll say eastern border. What are you hearing, bud? Okay, yeah. Oh my gosh. He wants to get up on the desk so badly. This is a can of soda. You don't want this. I know you don't want that because every time I bring it towards your nose, you're acting like I'm giving you acid. Yep, you're good. What would you like? Hi. Hello. What would you like? What would you like, pal? Do you have a name for me? Can you come up with a name? Give me a good cat-sounding name. What's a good cat-sounding name, huh? What's a good cat-sounding name? Yeah, hi. He's a good boy. All right. Do you have one? Calvino. What, do you need the little scritchy scratches on your head? Yeah. You know, every time I take him to the vet, the ladies behind the counter, they love him because evidently he has something like specific on the way his hair grows on his head from like here down. It's like in these little layers so you can see the end of hairs, and it looks like he's got these little lines that are perfectly laid out in his fur, and they love it. They called it something, and they see it every time, and they're like, oh, he's got those blah blah blahs. I'm like, I should ask him what that means. I should ask him. All right, I'll rub you between the ears, pal, because that's what you want right now. All right, we got a couple of these names in here. See, look at that. I've already come up with 2 city names while I'm doing this. So, yay, he's helping. I can delete this line because that was my note to put those in there. All right, the Sodalite Deserts. What? No, I'm just making noises. I'm making writing noises, not Calvino noises. Hi, what do you need? Yeah, do I smell like... I probably smell like, what do you call it? Eggnog. Boop. Oh yeah, younger than Erudai, definitely. Older in spirit. Well, that's just because sometimes Erudai acts like he's, 14. All right, let's see. There will be a Mort somewhere. All right, this is the Erudia. Okay. The Azure Kingdom has given birth to some of the most famous and infamous wizards in Erudia's history. Yes, okay. Okay. I'm just going back here to read through some of this because I thought I had a city name in here that I moved. Because if you guys have seen in the... No, I'm sorry, buddy. I make these noises when I'm writing. I make noises to myself. I'm not calling you over. Anyway, I was looking in the Legend Seeker stuff. There's the Legend Seeker art, I think it is. If you have not seen that, go over to Moonskull, go to Legend Seeker art, and take the peek at the pictures of Arintha and the more finished version of Arintha, and then the first sketch for Xerath. It's going through some revisions right now. There's some things that both Erudai and I thought could be changed, just to make it even cooler. Yes, definitely. There's some really cool stuff. This artist is very good, and it seems like very responsive to Erudai's feedback. Yeah. Okay. By the way, if you guys care, you don't care, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I was watching some different shows recently just to try some different shows out. I didn't like a whole lot of them. I follow people's recommendations. I try them. Now what I'm watching on Amazon Prime, because I have Amazon Prime, is Moonlighting. I started watching it last night. And I forgot how fun that show was. So very 80s. Big time 80s. When is there going to be more stuff on Patreon? That is up to Erudai's schedule. I know he and Sevi have kind of a schedule to get stuff going, but I don't exactly know what that is. I'm just lore man. Lore wizard, something like that. Alright, so what was I... Oh yeah, the vast stretches of land. Okay. Alright, working along some of the great sapphire dragons of legend, the Azurians. If you see fur in my hands, by the way, I'm pulling burrs off of him while I'm talking and tossing them into the garbage here. Alright. They erected great canal works to irrigate and fertilize vast swaths of their kingdom. Great monuments and temples were built to the gods, and these dragons, magical defenses, were erected to protect the kingdom's borders, until Xerath came to the world, fomenting conflict and war. Davila fanned jealousy in the hearts of the Azure Kingdom's enemies, and war came to their lands. Centuries before the God-Killer War, which I should probably start capitalizing, even though I was using a lowercase g for all God. I think we're going to go with capital G. Okay. Might take some time to move things over. You can see what was already posted in Discord if you're silver, uncommon, or higher, and have Discord and Patreon linked. That is a good point. Right. They fought them to a standstill, but it cost them more and more each year, and their flourishing kingdom slowly suffered for it. Great project lay abandoned, their vast farms withered to be reclaimed by the sands. I kind of want to tilt my camera down so you can see how this dork is sleeping, but as soon as I move, he will move. You won't be able to see it. You could try. You want me to move my hand? No? I'll let you lay Superman style. I'll move my hand. There you go. I don't think he wanted me to move my hand. I think he wanted me to move my hand to just the specific spot he wanted, but I didn't do it. Alright, well, I freed my hand so I could type. Haha. Alright, flourishing kingdom slowly suffered for it. Their great project lay abandoned, their vast farms withered. I don't think I need to say to be. God Killer War came. It first welcomed all refugees to their kingdom, but soon realized they could not support the massive influx and seal their borders. Aid was requested time and again by agreeing with Lassie, but the Azure Kingdom stayed sealed off, hoping to weather the conflict. This day, many people of the Godlands look with disfavor on the people of the Azure Kingdom by refusing to stand with the rest of mortality. We'll just say stand. I don't need that phrase. All right. Hope they have milkshakes there. Opening the forums to you guys now. Carnivorous lizard warriors. I don't. Who said they're carnivorous? What if they're vegetarian lizard warriors? What are you doing, buddy? What? Well, you can't have the. You can't have that. Yeah, I know you want this. You want this bottle. He so badly wants this. He is reaching his paw out, trying to reach the desk. Like, what? No, you can't have it. I'm not giving you eggnog. Cheese ball. But I do have. Oh, and I should probably open this back up because I closed it. Since I applied an update. Open the map back up here. I have one major spot where the... Alright, is this going to load up anytime soon? One major spot where the lizard folk are. One of their main areas here. Down here, the swampy lands near Solinor. Solinor connects through. They control this port and the coast. But the lizard folk are everywhere around in this area because this is so swampy and gross. They got forced out of the Soul Spire, so they're up here in the mountains where there's more marshy stuff and all kinds of horrible wasted stuff from the war. But they're all over in this area. But they also exist over in this area and down in Kiru. I mean, technically they live in other places of the world too, but those are their big concentrations of places. He just wants to get a little tipsy, just a bit. For JJ, I'll let Rudai answer that. I don't think that's something that I even bothered thinking about. Swamp lizard people. You're not a swamp lizard, you're a kitty cat, right? Yeah, he's just flicking his tail around like he's a lizard. You were in serious, like, excito mode with your tail flicking around, buddy. Makes me worried, because I feel at any second your pupils will just get big and you will dash off and you'll leave holes in my legs when you go. But if you do, I'll survive. I'll just be missing some blood. Alright, for centuries... Okay, here we go. Sapphire dragons did go to war against Grix and paid a heavy price, their kind becoming all but extinct. One of their number was entombed by the last great king of the Azure Kingdom after she gave her life to power the great defenses that kept the land safe during the God Killer War. Alright. Great Desert is directly influenced by the tidal pull of Grix's moon. Rewrite that sentence, but it'll work. Good one, Chrysanth. Nice. Bam. No, it hasn't. With 3 dots at the beginning. I like it. Okay. Alright, we'll expand this. I'm just going to put myself a note here. Oops, we'll go with expand on this. Yep, O-N, not O-M. Expand on this. I'm so good at typey. I think this counts as bugging her about something. It might, Jensen. It might. Okay, the Veil of Glass. We'll say nothing grows, lives, or visits this site, but elementals occasionally find their way to the material plane through the eternal blast furnace that roils at its center. Okay, there we go. Boom. Well, we do already have one character that is a Johnny Appleseed of the lands. But that character, she is a Johnny Appleseed in the literal sense. She plants living things to try and bring the land back to life in certain areas. Hey. What's up, buddy? I heard that little rumble in your tumble, the little... Yeah, I heard it. What? What would you like? You're asking so nicely. I'm not giving you the eggnog, but I'll pet you. There you go. There you go. That's what you wanted. Are you giving Chrysanth hot cocoa there? Is that what that was? Alright, we're going to talk about the cat market. The massive open-air market with the sprawling city growing around it. Always being added to, ever expanding. That was quite a yawn there, Calvino. The original city was built in antiquity and spans a mouth of what looks to be landlocked cenote at moderate depth. Okay. The other night, I had Calvino on my lap, and he was all tucked in and happy while I was working. And Wolfie came over, and he's like, me, 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 me. And he sounds like Beaker. Yeah, I know, I made the noise like Wolfie. You thought it was Wolfie. I know, I sound just like him. And he came over and decided he wanted to hop up. So he hopped up, and he crawled over Calvino, moved Calvino to the side slightly, and then flopped on my lap as well. So I had a 22-pound cat and another 20-plus pound cat, both trying to land my lap, and they're just looking up at me like, this is the best ever. Thanks, guys. 40 pounds of lap cat. They were exceedingly warm. We'll say cooler at. There we go. Its apples are hard to eat. Largely a boozer. Yeah, that works. Order operating protected by the Order of the Black Lotus. They're devotees of Davila. The city appears quite lawless until you transgress against one of the great rules. Minor offenses that are frowned upon in most civilized cities are ignored here, as such wise visitors are usually armed and travel in groups. Oh, that's right. This is where I put the rules. Yeah. Alright. Cheat with honor, or not at all. Kill only in righteous retribution. One lie for one truth. Alright, I've got to italicize that. City it was built on was technically never in the Azure Kingdom proper. That's right. This is that city, okay. Lack natural resources, rumored that the original city... Oh, that's right. My friend is going to be coming by and dropping off something on my front porch. Hi, Calvino. That's my phone. No, don't try and chew on my phone case. Come on. I need that. Because we've got some new Warzone swag. So I got to pay attention. Wait, what was delivered? Delivered today. Oh, I gotta tell my friend something got delivered. Alright, hopefully they get them. Just need to let them know. Oops. I'm just telling her daughter that the stuff got delivered because I think she might be at home there, and the delivery driver did not pay attention and dropped the stuff off outside of their gate, which is incorrect because they live in an area where people like to walk up and say, "Oh, look, packages," and take them. So we'll see if she gets back to me. I hope they get them. So glad you weren't picked for the new show that Noelle is running. Why is that? But JJ, why? Why would you not want to be picked for that? What are you saying? Calvino's watching me on the screen over here because I have the preview of where I'm watching all the streams over there. I just have them there. And he is sitting here on my lap just like watching me move back and forth on the screen. You having fun? Yeah? Oh, good. Well, she's going to be running 2 shows for JJ. She's going to be doing the Starfinder one, and she's going to be doing the Kingmaker one. Yeah, Calvino likes to chat with me. He's a chatty cat. He's not as chatty as Pearl, as you heard. All right, so I've got to put this on the map here. Oops, where am I putting that? I'm thinking about moving this one up here, actually. Now that I think about this, let me see here. I've got the labels. I've got to go to symbols. Go to symbols. We're moving this up here. This one will be down here. Because this city is going to be part of this whole thing. And there's also going to be another road going up here. Paths. Where is my path? I don't remember if I can copy that or not. Alright, so we're going to take it from there. Because this path is going up here. Now, oh, wait, it used the wrong one? It's weird. I could have sworn I told it to use this last time I used it. Because it is going to go up here. And then we'll bring it down and with hi buddy. Yeah, your family's going a little crazy up there because they're a little nuts. They're a little crazy. It's okay. Huh. Why this is not. Let me try and select this path and see. Ah, that's why it's not selected technically. That's why I'm not getting the granularity I want. There we go. Now this is where the other area is going to be. And this is where the old kingdom used to be. All right. I'm just getting a couple things set up here properly because I need to put the symbols. All right, I got to get my labels. What do you need? Do you want pets? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not petting you enough. I'm so sorry. I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm so sorry I'm doing what I'm doing instead of what you want. Cats. Cats. All right. He almost looks like he's just being a little bit petulant because I'm not petting him enough. All right, we're going to put this back into Frederick the Bold. We're going to kick that size down a bit. Let's see. And we're going to give it a little bit of glow just so we have it, just so we remember where it is. I think I might kick that down a little bit further size-wise. So the cat market is that place. Boop. You heard Ralph? If I didn't audition, it would be devastating to me to tell them no. Ah. Cats have mind control abilities, I agree. P.O. Box explicitly for porch pirates once they left $400 portable gun safe outside the post office. Oh, wow. That's stupid. See you, Calvino. Bye. He hopped down. I think he's done with me for now. Do you need me to turn on the floor mat for some extra warmth for you? Here, I'll turn it on. Let's see. Oh, don't knock that over. Okay. I'm turning this on for you. I'm not trying to give you a toy or something. I'm just making the floor warm for you. All right, you can come over to the floor mat if you want. All right, we got the cat market. Yep, there he goes. He's like, I heard the button click, and he literally comes over and goes, and sits on it. He knows. Pavlov's cat. What? Do you want to go outside? All right, I gotta let him out. He wants out. I'll be right back. Come on, bud. Let's go. I thought you wanted the heating mat, but you want out. Got it. All right, I'm gonna take my cup with me and wash it out while I'm at it. I'll be right back. Come here, bud. You're going the wrong way. That's upstairs. It's not out. Come here. All right, take a little hot water here. Wash the cup out. Come on, bud. All right. Kitty cat is now outside. My cup is newly cleaned out, sanitized, happy, and I can have some eggnog without Calvino trying to sabotage it, like last time. I should just put a straw in this and drink it all. See what you guys do. All right. Spritz cookies versus Russian tea cookies. What in the world are Spritz cookies? I don't know what a Spritz cookie is. German butter cookies. I'm thinking we had those, but they must have been called something else. Because my family is very German. All right, let's see here. Oh, these are like they're just pressed cookies. Okay, my grandma and my mom used to just call them pressed cookies. Okay, that's why. But yeah, we also just call them butter cookies, or here's a secret. Sometimes we made them with lard. And we did have one of those little guns when I was little. It had little metal discs and stuff in it. Yep, these are same recipe, almond, vanilla extract, all that stuff. But literally, we did use lard. They made a very crisp cookie. Yup, I remember those well. Man, when we were young, when it came around time for Thanksgiving, it was on baking in my family. We were super poor, but we baked a ton because we did farmers markets in the summer and fall. So we were constantly making bread. We made graham crackers, bread, cinnamon rolls, cookies, buns, all kinds of stuff because, you know, it was relatively cheap to get flour. And my mom could get flour because she had all of us. She had, food stamps, but also, I don't know, there was somebody with an infant children program. I don't know, you could get stuff for the kids. So she could take some of her money from work and she could buy like 2 extra bags of flour or something, or 3 extra bags of flour and lard. And we would just make everything we could because we raised chickens. So we would make that stuff and sell it at the farmer's market to make more money. Around Christmas and Thanksgiving, full cookie making mode. We made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cookies. We would fill like half the freezer with white like sugar cookies, those little spritz cookies and stuff. Those usually made later. They didn't freeze all that well. But the gingerbread cookies and all that, and we'd sell those at the very end of the farmer's market season. You know, unfrosted, just cookies so people could take them home and do what they wanted with them. But we would have them because my mom would give them out to family and friends and the mailman and everybody, but we had them for us. And often my brothers would be hungry and they would steal a bag of frozen cookies and sneak it up to the room and hide it somewhere and just eat cookies. So we made cookies. Thousands upon thousands of cookies. And yet I'm still one of the only people of the family who really like gingerbread cookies. I was the gingerbread fiend. More for me, I guess. Boop, boop. All right. And Thesaurus, come to me. Oops. I don't want that. Okay. All right. Oh, that's a good work. Or good work. A good word. All right, I'm almost done with my, what do you call it? Eggnog. There. I got my eggnog. Woo! Oh, gingerbread cookies. I love them. I mean, they're good when they're crunchy, but they're also good when they're soft. So, I just love gingerbread. I love molasses too, so I put molasses on oatmeal, and everyone else I know just is like, oh, why would you put liquid sulfur on your sugary, sulfury stuff on your food? I'm like, it's so good. Okay, I need that word. What is that word? That's a good one. Looking for some synonyms here. That one's a good one, and that one's a good one. All right, let's go with that. Put colored sugar before they go in the oven. Oh, yeah. Hey, but JJ, I don't know if Chrysant said anything about that, but I have used OO flour. We used it when we were making pizza crusts because it can get really stretchy. I think that's the stuff made from the really hard grains. Like, it's really fine flour, I think. As far as I recall, that's the same one, because I think there was a place nearby that bragged about using it because they use it for their pasta or something like that. They make handmade pasta, something like that. Boom. Molasses cookies were my favorite. Whoop! That is nice. You summoned her! Yeah, molasses cookies, just so good. And I love making... I guess this isn't that surprising, given it's me. When I was a kid, I was a fiend for those little cinnamon buttons that you would put on the cookies for, like, I don't know, like buttons on a gingerbread or whatever you put them on eyes for a creature. I would always try and sneak eating them, and we had so little money all the time. My mom would be like, "Stop eating those. They're for the cookies." But when I got to the point where I could eat the cookies with those little cinnamon things on them, like, oh my gosh. The little cinnamon Red Hots. And then when I got old enough to buy my own stuff, I bought a box, or not a box, but a little container of those, a little unscrewed lid type non-perils things for the cookies. And I just ate them when I was sitting there one night. It's just so good. I love cinnamon. I love spice. I love it all. And welcome in, Bap. Hello. We are talking food. Weird, I know. That reminds me. I am going to mention in here, because I'm trying to put down some, like, ideas for food in all the different areas. So we're going to put down, we'll find a different word for it, I suppose, but spiced coffee is going to be one of the big things that comes out of this Azure Desert. But I'm trying to think of a couple of other things that they would make. Like a really simple, I don't want to go crazy with like crazy dishes, just things that people think of when they think about this area. Like anything with like preserved, dried food. I mean, they could do things with fish, but we're going to have a lot of places that have a lot of dishes with fish. So, I mean, it could be something with an exotic fruit. We could go with something to do with dates or dried food. I'm just trying to think outside of the box here. Because one of the things I love that's kind of... I know that it is... Because I found out about it from my friend in college. I don't remember, post-college. It was a food that they made all the time from their family when they were in Israel, and it's my gosh, I can't think of the name of it. It was, you put all the peppers and tomatoes and stuff together, and you cook the eggs in it. Oh my gosh, what is it called? I make it all the time. I make a green version too. The name just escaped my brain. What the heck is it called? Shakshuka. There you go. Shakshuka. I make a green shakshuka too, because some people don't like tomatoes that much. Probably one of the few shows that's safer to watch without embarrassing Chrysanth. Yay! Black walnut cookies. Ooh. Ooh. Those sound good. That does sound good. You know what I haven't had in a long time is applesauce cake. We used to have so much apple stuff because my grandpa and grandma had an orchard, and we would always get like grocery bags full of apples every fall, and we would keep them down in the cellar, and we had to make everything. So we made tons of applesauce, and always had canned applesauce in the basement. We would make applesauce cake, applesauce bread. It was just applesauce everything, but also zucchini bread. Oh my gosh, zucchini bread. Oop, that didn't work. We also used to make, what were those? I don't remember what they're called. They're a cookie with butterscotch chips in them. I don't know if they were an oatmeal cookie, though. It might have been an oatmeal cookie. I don't remember. They were cookies. Yeah, applesauce bread is really good. It can be kind of dense. You can put walnuts and stuff in it, too. It's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff. All right. So, all right, we're going to go with that. I'm just trying to put a little bit of info on like the foods and the spices, and they think things that they would totally have a lot of. Okay. Old age does things to your memory. Does it? Oh. Dun, 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 dun. I reminded my brother the other day of his distaste for scalloped potatoes and ham, because it's one of the dishes that we could easily make when we were younger, because we'd get a big ham and we'd eat it for meal after meal after meal after meal, and put it in black or bean soup. We put it in scalloped potatoes and ham. We just have the ham. We'd have it with eggs. Because there were so many of us, it was relatively cheap and it went a long ways. But he hated scalloped potatoes and ham so much. He would eat the potatoes and kind of the sauce. He didn't like the ham because it had fat on it, and he hated the onions in it. So he would mostly eat potatoes with the kind of scalloped part, whatever it was, or not scallop, but the gravy part, and just hate the rest of it. Just hated it. And he still, to this day, is just like, ugh. That poor guy. Me, one of the only things I didn't like eating was liver. Not a fan. All right, so we got that one done. I'm gonna go back up to a couple of these here. The Umbral Atoll. Now I'm gonna have to put that whole section in here, but I'm not gonna be doing that yet. And Senna's Fall. I thought I had. Where is this? I thought this guy was in a different area. Did I just move? Oh, I wonder if I moved something accidentally to this area. Oh, no, this isn't the Blessed Hills. Okay, this isn't the right area. I just haven't put the rest of this stuff. Okay, got it. I confused myself by this whole section here. All right. Good job, me. Good job, past me. Confusing current me. All right, so I go down to the end of the Caustic Strand. We got Cairn. Okay. So this area is going to have much more of a Mediterranean slash sort of Middle East, sort of Italian. It's got a whole bunch of little influences in here. So I'm thinking we're going to go definitely with... They're going to have a lot of salted fish, definitely. Puns are the best in all humor categories. Oh no! Ham and chicken, the most flexible of meats. I said really because I find it quite humorous. Wah wah. Ah, fun times. People hitting their funny bone. What is another food from that area that would make a lot of sense? Because they don't do a lot of voyaging over the water. I think we're going to have them do a lot of like fortified wines and things like that, is because they don't grow a ton of food in this area. So any plants they have would probably be used in some sort of a production, which is, you know, fortified wines. Wow. For the two of you who don't know, that's the name of the bone. It's spelled differently, but it works. We'll allow it. We'll allow it. All right, we're not going to put anything on the umbrella at all. The... Here... I want to put that there. Let me move this one up once. Okay, there we go. It'll move eventually. It'll get formatted properly and it won't be there. Right. So these people... So dwarven meat is a big thing in this area. They're also going to be doing a lot of things that... Because they're in canyons... They have access to fishing on the coast, but not locally. So they're probably going to have to be growing more of their crops. So we will have it be more... This place is much more along the lines of places in, you know, landlocked places in Europe with rivers and such. So I think they're going to be doing a lot more farming on the outer areas up north. What would this be called? We'll give them some of the hardier, if somewhat bland, foods. Alright, the Azure Kingdom is where I just put that stuff. Go that. Ostelara doesn't have anything like that now. Thalassia's crown is gone. Agrium, their food is going to be garum and probably, let's see, beans on toast. I'm kidding. Neither of those is true. Let me check and see. Is that the proper name for this kind of food? Yeah, okay. It is called that. We'll go with heavily spiced. Because if you've never had it, lardo is a very, it's not fat beardo, it's a food. Lardo is a food. Look it up. It's something that I had basically when I was working on, like, I can't say I'm working on the farm, I was working for a farmer doing stuff. And some of it was farm work, some of it was like building stuff. And his family had this stuff, and they insisted that it was totally their family type stuff, and they weren't Mennonite, but they were, you know, they were adjacent. I think they were Baptist? No, is it Baptist? Were they Baptist? I can't remember. They were very strict. They were almost to the point of being Amish or Mennonite. But they would have this stuff all the time. And I looked it up later and found out that it was something that's been made since Roman times. Garum I've had because my college professor was obsessed. You know, since he was a classics professor and he taught Latin. And he also taught Greek, and he taught archaeology, and he taught like all these other classes for the classics department. He made it. He made it in the traditional sense. And that was some potent stuff. Let's just say. It was quite potent. I mean, I've never had commercially made garum. Let's just say. Yup. I've had what do you call it? Isn't there something? Wait, there's a sauce out there, right? It's called just fish sauce, fermented fish sauce, or something like that. It's basically they used to throw the guts and all the refuse parts of fish and stuff in jars and, you know, ferment it and make garum. And it's like a soy sauce on steroids that was left in a gym sock somewhere. You can't tell spelling when I speak out loud. Exactly, Jensen. Yeah, garum, like I said, I've never had commercially produced garum. Maybe it's more mild. The stuff I had was the stuff he made, and he was very British, and he made it, and he would proclaim that it was, you know, an acquired taste that only, you know, the most refined people would like. And it was like, I don't know, maybe he just made it weird, but boy, was that some fishy sauce. Woo! Oh, teaser trailer for the live-action How to Train Your Dragon is out. Is it good? Wow, a Rudai's blood type. All the misspelling give it away at type O. I think you've actually killed Chrysanth because she has not responded since, I don't know, like, I think the last thing she said was like almost 7-10 minutes ago, something like that. Yeah, I think you may have killed her. So sad. All right, so, but yeah, that was interesting. Had another professor who tried to give us something, and he was like, "I'm making you beef stew," and I'm like, "Oh, that's fine. It's like a beef stew with a lot of kind of like a cinnamon taste and some other flavors and stuff." And afterwards, he's asking everybody, "What do you think of it? How do you like the beef stew?" And the people were like, "Oh, it's really good." The people liked it. He said, "Ha! It's cow foot." And half of them are just like, "Oh, why would you do that?" And I'm just like, yeah, I've had that before. I worked on farms. They served us head cheese. They served us beef tongue. You use up all the parts. I've had oxtail. I mean, I don't know if it was really oxtail, but it was at a, what do you call it? Brazilian barbecue, is that what they're called? I think they're Brazilian, not Colombian barbecue. Brazilian barbecue, whatever. It was oxtail. And it was fun. I like meat. I don't know. At least Astrid wasn't a ginger before. For a teaser, I liked it. I'll hold judgment when the full trailer is out so I can say how horrible the actress for race-swapped Astrid is. Yeah, who knows? Maybe she'll be good. I don't know. I don't know why they're making a live-action version of it. I didn't finish Fear of Ages Past. Did my curse upon the cast from the Fish Pies work? I don't remember what your curse was gonna be, but I did make a meme of fish pies in our cast chat. I took the old pictures of the Hostess pies, blueberry cherry and all that. I took the lemon one and I swapped it to say fish pies, and I put a fish there instead of the lemon. That was pretty gross looking. But yeah, you have to go back and finish it. You'll find out. I can't wait until the next one. You guys will have fun with the next one. And then the one we recorded on Sunday was pretty dang fun too. I hope we can get even wider audience in that, because it hit huge for the premiere, because you know, the first time a premiere comes out, it's like boom, tons of views, and then they've been steadily just holding at about the same number of views. Some are up, some are down. I want to try and figure out how we can get that out to more people. Well, putting comments is helpful. It helps. It helps this too. So by the way, don't forget to put comments in this one. Like I said, that one time you guys did a good amount of comments, the stream got 4 times as many views. So it got out there. We're fooling the algorithm. We're making people see us. All right, what are we going for? Okay, this place is much more, this has much more of the German and Saxon stuff. So let's see, what foods are we gonna do for them? I'm mixing a few things. I'm giving them some Slavic stuff too, because they're gonna have because they have some Slavic in their heritage. I have them mixed up, like they're kind of a representation of certain parts of Europe. So they're gonna have like the black breads, like sausages. Some fermented vegetables. I'm trying to think of other things that their armies and people could carry around. I think we're going to give them a milder version of garum, because they used to be part of Agram. Pros from the teaser, they were able to get the original Toothless actor back, and Gerard Butler is back as... Oh, nice. Need to find an old gypsy and take her off and tell her my name is Erudai. Well then, that's a very dark thing to do. Wow, okay. Going for the throat. gonna give him a rash or something. Just like the last time you pissed off a gypsy lady. And all you have to do to piss one off is just not pay her, so you'll be fine. It'll be easy. All right, milder version. I'm trying to think of one more thing here. Okay. It's a gamble, but if it works, it would be hilarious. Okay, the dwarves have... where is this? That's the river goal. Okay, there we go. The dwarves are going to have dwarven meads. Let's see. They're going to have a thing that I'm calling like a mushroom pemmican. They're going to have something that's just dense bars of honey and mushrooms and things made into these dense little bars that the dwarves eat. What else could we give them? What else could we give them? I'm going to give them something called moon wine, which is made from cave berries. Hello, Scott. Good piece of advice. If you're ever attacked by a group of clowns, go for the juggler. Ugh. Now, I can't tell anymore if she's going, oh, as in ew, or if she's actually typing out her last breath. I can't quite tell. It's like she's taking body blows every few seconds, like Mike Tyson's in the ring with her and not pulling her his punches. It's just fun because Fantastic just runs by and like tugs on her pigtails every 5 seconds while she's got a blindfold on and a stick and she's trying to hit the piñata. There's a picture for you. So we're going to answer this. Just letting him know if he's... Oh, I heard something out there. I don't have my my front door camera working again. I got new cameras for the house and spots, and I have them sitting down here. Figured out, got them all hooked up, and now I got to go mount them upstairs. I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably go do that so I can see the front doors again. Oops. Might be my last breath. Who knows? People who use the wrong word should at least have the humility to admit it. I hate this chat. I don't know, Jensen. I kind of like the "you love his croissant." It sounds like a caveman thing to say. Or, what is it? I'm going to get their name wrong. Rammstein? Whoever they are. Du hast. And just Your love is croissant. You're damp enough to admit it. Oh, Scott, no, no. And you're on her list. And it's the Steve Buscemi Happy Madison kind of list where it's behind his couch and he eventually might cross your name off with lipstick. I'm just saying. Could be. Could be. Oh, my friend who was going to drop the stuff off for me tonight, he's like, oh crap, I just went all the way home. He's like, Habit, I just drove past your house and went home. He's like, I'll drop it off tomorrow morning and throw it in the trash bag so it doesn't get wet. I was like, thanks. Oh, the dork. Okay. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. The Gnomish Enclave. What kind of fun stuff could we give gnomes to make for food? Huh. You've absolutely done that. There you go. Forced to be here to drop links. Drop those links. There are other mods here that can drop the links. You just want to be here. Oh no. We're going to say spiced teas, fish cakes, because the gnomes are big time fishermen. I think they're going to also find ways to eat raw fish. Or if not raw fish, like maybe prepared fish. I don't think they go so far as to be making like the indigenous stuff where people eat the seal or whatever it is, where they not quite rot it, but turn it into that really dense stuff that they chop apart. Which just sounds awful to me. Maybe it's great. I don't know. Kiru, the Barbarians. Oh, these guys are going to have some fun stuff. Blubber, yeah, there you go. But yeah, well, they have the other stuff, the seal meat or whatever it is, that stuff that they dry or preserve or ferment down. They take their little knives and they cut chunks of it off and eat it. There's a name for it too. I don't remember what it is. It's stuff. Oh yeah, the ammonia fermented shark. Nope, thanks. I have enough trouble being near pickled eels or pickled herring. Well, pickled eels are disgusting too, but pickled herring and what the hell is it called? Lutefisk? Is that the live soaked fish or whatever? Nope. I don't want snot fish. But JJ, that's horrible. You're a horrible person. Horrible. Yeah. Yeah, there's all kinds of places. I think they were pickled. I don't remember. There's all kinds of places. It was, when I used to live across the river from Wisconsin, I lived in Iowa. We'd go across the river, across the Mississippi, because they would have around Father's Day. I think they still do it in Prairie du Chien. They would do Frontier Days, and it was like fur trapper kind of reenactment stuff, and they just have tents everywhere. Everybody walking around like fur trappers and frontiersmen everywhere. You could buy black powder rifle reenactment stuff and all kinds of crazy stuff, but you could eat all kinds of crazy food. You could eat, they had raccoon and squirrel and bear and bison, and I think they had I think that's where I had rattlesnake the first time. That's where I had ostrich, because somebody brought ostrich meat, and that's where they had, maybe they were jellied eels. They were some kind of eels. They were disgusting. I thought they were just disgusting. That's where somebody had lutefisk. They also had what the heck was it? It was it's another fish dish, and it wasn't lime or whatever. It was salted. Maybe it was salted. It was something. The fish was kind of like, you could bend it a little bit, and it was pretty damn salty, and you'd eat it, and it tasted fishy, kind of. It was just haddock or something like that, but it was like, that's how they preserved some of the stuff. And I think they also had elk there, and I want to say there was something else too. It wasn't a bear, because like I mentioned bear. I don't remember, but I do know that they had sarsaparilla there, like they have at the Renaissance fairs, which was really good. I love sarsaparilla. Yes, lutefisk. So gross. So gross. Speaking of shark, evidently the reason there's so many great white sharks in the U.S. now is because we protected seals. Now there are too many. Well, you never claimed to be a good person. Okay, there we go. Good. Though I had my first girlfriend in college she was a vegetarian, but she was a pescatarian too, or something. She would eat fish, and her family was Norwegian. I'm gonna get this wrong. My sister-in-law is Swedish. She was Norwegian. Okay, I had to get this straight in my head. You can tell how well I remember her. But she used to eat kippers, like the little cans, the little kippers that you get, those little fish, and would put them on crackers and just eat them, which I thought was just disgusting, because I saw them and I'm like, I eat fish, but that's gross. Until I tried them and I was like, oh, these aren't bad. I still don't like sardines, but kippers were not bad. You just put a little kipper, you put a little bit on a cracker and eat it. It wasn't all that different from eating some of the other stuff I've had, like liverwurst and Braunschweiger and stuff like that. It was a totally different taste, but it was not as, it was a little grosser because it was fish. But adventurous enough to try snake and squirrel. Bear supposedly smells like urine, and lutefisk. Lutefisk is horrifying. Bear, every time I've had bear, I've got to be honest, they cut it with beef or pork or something else. And because the texture of the bear, I guess it doesn't have enough fat or something in it to really have much flavor. It's just muscle fiber. So, I mean, it's meat, and it was fine. Alligator was really good. Alligator chili was amazing. I was really surprised. It could have just been a really good chili recipe. I don't know. But then again, I did buy my brother a can of alligator chili. Gave it to him as a Christmas gift, just as a joke. And he's like, I'm going to try it. He opens it up. He smells it. He's like, it smells really good. And he just stuck a spoon in it. And I was like, oh, you're going to heat up? He's like, I just want to taste it. And he started eating. He's like, this is good cold. He ended up eating the whole can of the alligator chili cold. I'm like, all right. What else do we have here for this place? I'm trying to think of some more barbarian type foods. Domesticated gub. I'm gonna have to give him one more thing. What is something else that barbarians would eat? Because they're barbarians. We'll do salted. Okay. Kipper or capper? They were kippers, as far as I know. Let me look here. I think they were called kippers. Yeah, kippers. Oh, but see, this is a really big... They were canned, though. Because they were little tiny fish. Yeah, little smoked fillets of kippers. Little tiny herrings. How to eat a can of kippers. Step 1. Open the can. Oh my God. It says 1. Choose your kippers. 2. Open the can. I was kidding. I could have written this article. 3. Serving options. Straight from the can, on toast, in salads, in pasta. Number 4. Enjoy the flavor. Don't forget to enjoy the flavor. If you forget step 4, go back. Step 5. Store any leftovers. Well. Okay, who knew? Cappers are a vegetable. There's kippered beef? What? What? Wait, what? Stews. A lot of barbarian stew. Hey, throw a bunch of meat. Yeah, sorry, Scott. Barbarians, not Bavarians. Bavarians are not barbarians. Or are they? Depending on where you're from, they might be. I don't know. All right, now I gotta look up 2 things here. I gotta look up this. You guys give me so many fun things to look up. All right, I know there's capers. Is that what we're talking about? Because I can't find cappers as a vegetable. But, all right, I gotta look up kippered beef. What is kippered beef? All right, what do they do to it? Prepare the marinade, or prep the marinade, meat, and grill. Beef jerky and kippered beef are frequently used interchangeably. Reality, jerky is dried. And you smoke this and it's thicker. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I've had kippered beef before. Then it's one of the beef sticks that I get down at the farmer's market is technically then kippered beef because it is much thicker and it's smoked instead of the dried jerky that they have. And it pulls apart a little. It's a little more elastic when it pulls apart, which is really good. Oh, look at that. Wild boar is almost everywhere. Exactly. Yeah, I'm putting boar down on the list. The list in. I say all the words. Yeah, I like the idea of them having salted boar and things like that. What is something that you think is typically like old school, like Asian inspired food? Like something that you'd find in any Asian country, India or, over there in Mongolia or Japan or China or anything. Trying to find something because the barbarians in their area, they go anywhere from the northern mountains where they have like the Maori and a few other people, islanders on a peninsula, all the way into some of the eastern stuff. But this is all the barbarian clans. So they have a mix of kind of like Slavic and farther east. So I'm thinking they definitely have to have one more unique kind of food. I mean, it could be where this could be the place where rice, out of all the places here, because this is it gets into a very tropical area for their lower areas. It would probably be likely that they could be the one kingdom that's a stronghold of like things like rice. Yeah, it's funny. I have horse written down here as just a note. I'm like, horse? Question mark? Let's see. They preserve fresh fruits in clay pots in Afghanistan. They put the fruit in the pots and seal them, bake, and bury them. Yeah. Fruit pots. Generally moist and juicy compared to jerky. Okay. Maybe no horse. Well, and this thing is, Kiru is... Here's the thing. Kiru is basically, it's a massive, massive peninsula here. It goes all the way from over here in the ruins of the Soul Spires and stuff. It has all the space on both sides. This area over here is these edges are really dry. This is desert, kind of hilly desert, just like the Azure Kingdom up here, all the way down until you get near the equator, and then there are no mountains in the way, so it's just total lush jungles and forests. And this is where I think the Xanathar stuff is, where all the magical experiments and crazy stuff went on. But their main capital for one of their carts is here. They have a few others there, but this whole area was, they shut themselves off from the rest of the world during the God Killer War, and so did the Azure Kingdom. But they're barbarians through and through. They just fight amongst themselves a lot. Food or a beast of burden? Exactly. Oh, rice noodles and those black eggs. You're 50% Slavic, you're offended. Which side of you is Slavic? Inside or outside? Or is this a top half, bottom half thing? Which part of Vijay sarcastic is barbarian? Venison. All right. Somewhere in here we'll have to throw in like some spider horses or something just to be weird. All right, this is the green heart. All right, so we'll go with food here. Right, they're going to have their sun wine. They're going to have their I think we're going to also give them... I'm on to the elves now, because the elves they have their own farming methods. They're very wild horticulturalists. Their farms don't look a whole lot different than, to the untrained eye, their farms and their gardens do not look a whole lot different than wild growth. But I think they're going to be those people who were like, kind of like, you see the natural herbalist guys, the old dude sitting on a porch saying, our forefathers have forgotten all these dishes. These are the people that will not have forgotten those dishes. All like, oh, we use that root for this. Oh, we use those for that. Oh, we use these for this. They're not as bad as the TikTokers that think cattails are nature's corn dog. They're not going to fall down that rabbit hole. I'm kidding. Nobody should ever. If you've never watched one of those videos of some idiot biting into a cattail, I don't know if you've lived, honestly. Don't bring me to this barbarian talk just because I can't read. Well. We'll go with. Okay. Never seen such foolishness. You did it, didn't you, Scott? You did. You did it once. No. Hopefully you didn't do it. But yeah, if you want to see stupid people doing stupid things, I'm sure that 90% of those people were doing it even though they knew what they were doing. But just seeing somebody bite into a cattail before it goes really floofy and it still looks brown, and then just the look on their face and they're like, oh, I can't get these out of my mouth. It's a little priceless. A little bit. I'm trying to think of another. We'll go with meat pies for them. I'm just going really simple right now with the halflings, whatever we're going to end up calling the halflings. Ales, lamb, beef, cheese, meat pies, things like that. And the orc tribes, they're going to be fun. Food, meat. Trying to think of one more thing. They're gonna have a fermented blood-based something. Not sure. I'm not a brewmaster, but I'm pretty sure you could find a way to work blood into almost anything, and they'll find a way. Nice fermented, frothy blood grog. Never knew cattails were fluff grenades, but knew they weren't food. Well, we used to take them when we were little. We had two different things we'd throw at each other in the later part of the seasons. We would pull the weeds out of the fields. The is that broadleaf? What is that stuff called? I don't know. They were tall, and when you pulled them out of the ground, they would usually have roots sticking out like this, and they had a little taproot going down. You pulled them out. If you're lucky, you got the taproot sticking out in the other parts, and that made it end heavy, and they were relatively straight, and you could just launch them at each other like spears. We'd do that, and we'd also fight with cattails if we found them. Because, you know, you get a bunch of those, you take a bunch of them in a little like stack of them, you grab like 6 or 7 of them, and you just swing them at your brother, and they're blocking and they're breaking, but if you hit somebody, it's just like, peh. What? We're boys. We are foolish. There we go. All right, so that's where Murmur is at. I'm gonna have to think about this one. I don't know if that's gonna be a good one. That place is not... That doesn't have any people in it because it's a lost kingdom. Let's see. Dang, it buffered for a while. Didn't know I was behind. You're behind, Jensen. They're packed so tightly it literally doesn't explode with fluffy seeds. Yeah, if you hit those things right, boom. Wow. That's funny. Hey, look, I used my mod power over on Legend Seeker because for some reason, Dave's message of boys will be boys was held for review. Noelle would really fit into my employer's IT department. The person who builds and sends out the cybersecurity newsletter is a definite furry. All the newsletters have animals, humanoid doing stuff. Oh dear. Well then, that's a thing. I didn't know. You'd be surprised with YouTube censors? Yeah, I suppose. Well, hopefully I didn't get us in trouble by letting that horrible message of Dave's through. Dave, how could you? By the way, I have this character in here I want to expand more on, but I know when I wrote about it, it made Michaela uncomfortable. His name is Malak, the Black Tongue. Because the way I wrote it, she's like, oh, why'd you write it that way? That sounds horrifying and gross. Like, well, yeah. They don't censor puns. Was right about this episode, definitely food talk with the wizard. Yeah. So this guy, to become a lich, he seduced his own daughter into sacrificing her soul to aid him in his journey. She didn't like the way I wrote that because I said seduced, and it was like, well, it was the seduction of power. Now free from the shackles of mortality, he has delved deep into the lore of the Keepers, following the steps of Grix himself. He experiments on not only the denizens of the underside, but his own people have made him something of a pariah, with only those tethered to him by patronage and political machinations having anything to do with him. He holds court in his palace of corrupted ice. Darkhal's home to erudite demons, warlocks, all manner of lesser evils. All the reflective surfaces within his domain warp the viewer and offer hideous glimpses into the ethereal underside. Though it's not a place you want to go to. And Murmur, the hairless kennel that owes him favors, visits there all the time. Ah, the hairless kennel. Always hoping to find some scrap of lore knowledge to barter with in the outside world. She hates herself. She's conniving and wretched, living on borrowed time. Because she owes him a lot of favors. Boys are boys and girls are precious flowers. There you go. I can't believe how mad it made me when I was like second grade and the girls were saying snips and snails and puppy dog tails, that's what boys are made of, and girls are made from sugar and spice and everything nice. I'm like, well, why are we made of dog tails? That kind of stuff. What do I know? You had your message removed for saying a woman was pretty on the outside but ugly on the inside. Yeah, how dare you say she was pretty on the outside? That's mean. How could you objectify someone like that? Something along those lines. Where did I put this? I'm sorry, I'm just talking to myself here. There he is. There he is. Now, I've got to go find the name of this place because where was it? I thought it was in the Soul Spires. I lost. I lose the name? All right. Diligent care. Okay, that's the Rotmoot is in there. Maybe was it in here? Oh, that's right. I didn't give this a name. Oh, that's right. This is where I was going before. I was trying to find the name of this Agrian city. I'm going to have to look up my Agrian reference here because I want to get the name kind of right. Because even in the Caustic Strand, I renamed some of these cities from their original Agrium titles that were like hundreds of years old. And it was called Aquae Aphori. It's now called, by the people around there, it's just called Aphor, or Aphor, A-P-H-O-R. And the city was Port Castor, now it's Port Castra. Because they kind of stopped calling them by the official big long Agrium names. Let's see. If you had chemical exudate, you get superheroes. Is that the oh my gosh, what are they called? Powerpuff Girls? Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I right? I have nieces and nephews. I'll have you know, I was made to watch way too many cartoons when I go visit them. Haha! The one that I hated the most that they'd watch was something called Inuyasha or Inuyasha? I don't remember. It was just some guy. He'd just run around and she'd yell his name and he'd yell her name 90% of the time. Because she was always getting attacked or stolen or ransomed or something. It was just like, why? Why? There you go. It's an older show now. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah, I didn't care for that. I didn't like it. I didn't like it much. All right, so I got that listed there. I'm gonna have to come up with this name. I've only got about 9 minutes left here, so I'm gonna look here. And that is the... All right, these are the things that I definitely have to come back to a little later because I need to rename these subcultures on Agrium. Because there are 3 different groups of people that became kind of the Agrium Empire, the people who came together to become it, and once they spread out, they maintained, you know, for the 500 years or whatever, their kind of cultural distinction, but they still felt they've kind of become like, we are the Agrian empires, we're the true people who rule this empire. And when they pulled back to their island, they were still dealing with those political conflicts, but they didn't have a whole world of trouble and stuff to distract them. So now they have more internal conflicts between these 3 groups of people on the island. The ones I have called the Vistal, they're the ones who believe that they are the true heirs of Agrium because they think that the blood of the former emperors are in their bloodline. They're named after Vestalius, the first and greatest ruler of Agrium that not everybody believes exists or existed. The Godmen, the rebels of the island, very independent, eventually are forced to submit to rule in order to preserve their way of life. And they believed it was their island. But, you know, everybody argues back and forth. And the Rurik are the youngest but most numerous segment. and they have a good population of halflings and dwarves in their area, but they supposedly came from Thalassia. They have like that Atlantean, not Atlantean, the people of Thalassa, when their kingdom got destroyed, they sent a lot of other people over there. You were thinking my niece and nephews might be younger still. I mean, now they're not. They're... Let's see. My oldest niece is now... 36, I think. Or is she 37? Might be 37 now. Could be, could be. Oh, it's frustrating. YouTube blurs the words I'm writing. I do that on purpose. See, if I go here... now, if I were on a channel that was members only, I wouldn't do this. But since anybody can come on here, I can turn it on and off. Boop. See? Boop. I can play around with everything I'm doing. Turn off my composite blur if I want. But legally we're doing that because it's just safer to protect the IP. I was kind of doing it. I mean, I do it on my personal writing streams too. It just protects my stuff. There are a lot of people who don't do that. And I've been told when I was doing my writing, they're like, wow, you think you're pretty full of yourself, aren't you? You think somebody's going to bother stealing your stuff? And I said, it's mine. I care. I don't know. I'm trying to get it published. And so it just, the matter of preference, I suppose. But legally, it's smart. And we were advised to do it for Legend Seeker. Would I prefer cattails? Yes. No, not cattails. Dog tails are fine. Snips and snails and puppy dog tails are good. Nieces, you say that were kids in the 80s. Yeah. My niece and nephew were both born in the late 80s. My oldest niece is probably older than Neruda, yeah. My youngest nephew is... I want to say he's 21? Yeah, I think he's 21 now. Rudai's 39. Oh, so she's not quite his age. Oh. But I think Chrysant is still just a baby. Michaela's a baby. Whole bunch of people that hold our lives in their hands. They're just babies. They're gonna crush us. They don't know the strength of their grip. Or something. He's going to be over the hill in December. Meh, sort of. Nice. Hey, by the way, Chrysant, does a Rudai, and I'm going to show how my stupidity and ignorance here, does he have a birthday list, or is his throne list still up there? Is there still a list of things for the Festivus? I was curious because I was going to look and I thought, I'll just ask. And I'm glad I did ask before the end of this session here. I just can't remember. All these people are babies, Dave says. I'm sure they could try a Craigslist date. Uh-huh. Sort of over the hill or sort of a baby? He still has his throne list. Okay. And do you have that handy? If you don't worry about it. I'm just curious. You can always throw it to me in a DM. I'm curious. I am curious. Oh, well, that one's hard to remember. There we go. Oh, I even have a bookmark. I'm really good. Man, I should make a throne list. I don't know what I'd even put on it, or if anyone would even put money towards anything, but it'd be kind of fun to make one. Though, wait, is a throne list the same as an Amazon list, or is this different? I don't know anything about gifting stuff. I'm mostly stuff that may or may not be future content. Well, yeah, I see there's Deadlands, some Rippaverse stuff, camera stuff, the Jurassic Park shirt. I don't think the lawnmower or the real doll. Wait, no, there's no real doll. I'm kidding. Don't come after me. I have no clue. I don't know how it works. Sure, we could find getting a Rudine inflatable girlfriend. Oh dear. All right. Well, with that, I'm gonna say this has been me, Frost, with Frost Written, where I'm working on the lore for Legend Seeker, talking about food, talking about all kinds of cities and places and maps and everything to do with the lore of the Godlands in Legend Seeker. And we went all over the place today. And yeah. So I'm going to make this short. Please support Legend Seeker. Go to the Patreon, all the other links we have, Discord and whatnot. And leave a like and a comment. And please do so because it really helps us reach more people and gets the word out there. So please do it, please do it, please do it. And I'm going to get out of your ears here and I will get out of your eyes and I will talk to you a little bit later. Have a great night. Bye.